Early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and well, what do we have here, guys? The first point is, I'm so glad we got to witness their behavior this episode. And when I say their, I mean everyone's behavior. What you have witnessed tonight, guys, is human nature in its purest form. Everyone is trash. Guys, everyone is selfish. And I'm so glad we've witnessed this tonight, because I have tried to explain this to my friends for years. We all know men are trash. We all know that. But what some people are going to realize tonight, not me, because I've been known this, women are trash. What's the conclusion? We're all trash. Humans are trash. The reason I want to make that point here is because a lot of men don't realize what women are capable of. A lot of men seem to put women on certain pedestals. It's kind of cute. Women don't fart. You know what I'm saying? Women are innocent. Women are cute. My brothers, the men in the audience, women are trash. I promise you. Me personally, me alone, I've been with at least double-digit women who have been either got boyfriends or married. Now, I didn't know they had boyfriends or married. Maybe like 8 out of 10 of them I didn't. They just lied, and then I found out later dates by friends and all these things and different people and random people snitching. The things I've done with women who have got boyfriends, I'm not proud of it. I think it's disgusting. It is disgusting. It's complete disrespect. But what you have witnessed is human nature. People are only thinking about themselves. People are selfish. People live in the moment. They'll lie through their teeth when they're back. They'll live in the moment. And they can regret it, they might feel guilty afterwards, but everyone lives in the moment. And I'm so glad we've witnessed everyone be trash. Men, women, we are all the same, guys. We are all trash. Now, next point. If I hear good eye contact one more fucking time, I'm talking like Olivia now. If I hear eye contact one more time, I'm gonna rip out my beautiful, luscious locks. You know what, let me just move on from that. And the third point before I start this video, I want everyone to apologize to Ron. Because Ron, he did what everyone else did weeks prior, and we condemned him for it. But everyone else is doing exactly what he did, getting to know other people, and taking it that next step further. Ron, you have redeemed yourself, my brother. Ron, you're my guy. You have redeemed yourself fully. You're even sleeping on the daybeds, Falana. I respect you, my guy, and everyone owes you an apology, because everyone's trash. Everyone get off your high horse and you better humble yourself right now, because every single one of you is trash. Oh my days. Anyway, that's enough waffling for the start of this episode. Let's get straight into this episode, guys. Like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me, press that subscribe button for me. There's so much to cover in this, so please stay tuned. There's a lot to cover. First things first, Layla has a conversation with Shaq. When Layla joined, she said her initial favourites were Shaq and someone else, maybe Casey or Tom, I can't remember. Will wasn't in the equation, but obviously Will's been like a surprise for her, you know what I'm saying? So she's talking to Shaq, and they're basically talking about how they don't have a type. She doesn't have a type physically because all her exes look different. I hear that. It's all about personality. That's fine. She talks about how she loves clinginess and keenness or whatever. Shaq's talking about how he finds her very good looking, and he also doesn't have a type. His friends on After Sun actually confirmed that he doesn't have a type allegedly, so that's fine. I don't have a type either. You can be 5 foot to 5'10". Blonde, brown hair, black, Asian, white. It is what it is. As long as you're beautiful, I find you attractive. As long as you're not too skinny or obese, then fine. I like gym bodies. I like my things tick. You know what I'm saying? Sammy and Ryan speak. Now, guys, I'll keep it real with you. Even though I still think Sammy will be loyal, just about, I was wrong about a lot of predictions yesterday. So I always talk about when I've been right. I've got no problem talking about when I was wrong. I was wrong about Tanya. I didn't think she'd be that interested in Martin, but Martin's game, he is kind of smooth with it. I'm not gonna lie, he's cool, he's calm, he's composed, he's smooth. He wore her down real quick, and I'm surprised they didn't even kiss this episode, so I was wrong about that one still. And I was also wrong about, I do think Sammy will be loyal, but she is interested in Ryan. And I've got no problem with that. Listen, guys, let me say it right now. I actually have no problem with every single person's behavior in this villa. From Olivia to Sammy to Will. I've actually got no problem with it because they are all trash. Let me make that clear. They are all trash. Do you understand? Not one of them isn't trash. Not one of them isn't selfish, because they're all as bad as each other. So I'm not going to condemn no one today, to be honest. So Sammy does register a little bit of interest in Ryan, and I listen, they look like a good couple. Ryan's cool peoples. I've got no problem. If they want to explore that, please explore that. It looks like Tom kisses someone next week anyway, sorry, tomorrow anyway. So Sammy, Do your thing, man. Go for it. So the raunchy race, the episode, what I love about this episode, they don't waste no time. They waste no time. In the first quarter, they get straight to the challenge. That's what I like. No time wasting, no waffling like I've been doing in this video. I don't even know where to start with this game. So the youngest two boys kiss. Will and Tom start snogging girls. Tanya goes in on my man. Shaq then kisses all these girls. To be honest, the game's the game, and I don't really know what to say, because the only thing I question is, were they actually being honest? I felt like some of them were answering the question, like to the nearest, like they would kiss the nearest person to them just to win the challenge, if that makes sense. You feel me? Because they'd be like, oh, kiss this person that you fancy the most. And I'd be shocked that so-and-so kissed so-and-so. But they'd be, most of the time, they'd be right next to each other just because of ease, you know what I'm saying, for efficiency. I was also wrong about Cynthia. Well, I'll be honest, in yesterday's video, I didn't really want to say it. I wanted to say, I actually wanted to say, yeah, I was fake. I'm disappointed that I kind of didn't stand on it yesterday. I thought Casey doesn't fancy Cynthia, and I stand on that. Casey doesn't fancy Cynthia. But I kind of knew that Cynthia might fancy him, but I kind of wanted to protect her in the video by saying that I guess she doesn't fancy him too, but something in my heart was telling me that she might fancy him, so I'm gonna stand on that. Casey doesn't fancy her. I'll break that down. I'll break down the body language and I'll break down what he said later in the episode, but he doesn't. Now, post game, Casey is cheeky, you know. Casey is really whipping, and he's really like stirring the pot this one. Again, I'm not even mad. I'm not gonna condemn no one, guys. We have to understand, I'm not condemning no one this episode, bro. They're all trash, and I stand on that wholeheartedly. But Casey's really stirring the pot, and he's really trying to get into Will's head by saying, "Yeah, you're gonna get on job tonight. Yeah, come on. You know, it's about, we owe it to ourselves. Every single one of them, we owe it to ourselves. Not just the boys." All the girls, everyone, they all allegedly owe it to themselves to explore all these options. And what you're witnessing, guys, is just pure human nature. They ain't got no willpower. Humans are always self-serving. They give into temptation at the easiest possibility. And that's why I always rate the people that don't. And that's why I've got to give credit to Shaq and Ron for staying in the daybed and not giving in. And you lot better beg for forgiveness to Ron, that's all I'm saying. Oh my days, all that vim they were giving Ron, all that vim they were giving all the boys. Where's that energy? I want to see Shaq pull Will. I want to see Shaq pull Casey. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it. Even though they're all trash, I'm not condemning him. I just want to see it. Where's the consistency? Again, Olivia's the same. She's just a snake as well. She's just a snake as well. She's just justifying her own actions by thinking that Kai, the way she justified it was that, I mean, obviously Kai's going to be talking to other people as well. And, so I kind of owe it to myself to get to know people. And he's thinking, oh God, like, just be trash and own it. Don't try and use Kai as a crutch for your decisions. You just want to do what you want to do. And I ain't even mad at it, Liv. I ain't even mad at it. I might hate you. I ain't even mad at it. Kai is obviously in the villa doubting Liv. He's right too. I really pray that he cracks on tomorrow night, and having the audacity to bring up Kai being in the bottom three is the reason why she's now going off him. Olivia, you really need to humble yourself, darling, because you are not popular. I promise you that now. And when you come out the villa, it's really going to hit you like a ton of bricks that you ain't who you think you are. Olivia's just stirring the pot as well. She's saying, you know, in the nicest way possible, forget all the boys. Oh no, wait, what'd she say? Forget about the boys. Yeah, forget about the boys. Yeah. So Will starts talking to Layla, and fam, we saw a completely different Will this episode. We saw some playboy, flirty, witty, brother, Will, I can get behind this Will, you know. I can get behind this Will for real. Trust me. The reason why I'm going to give him donut of the day early, yeah, it's mainly for later, but I'm going to talk about it right now, is because he allowed this Layla girl to finesse him. He was so easily swayed because, she was saying things like, I thought you were vanilla, you were lame, you became lame with Jesse. He let this girl get in his head, and that's weak. That's weak mentality. Now again, I'm not mad at it. Will, you do your thing. I'm so gassed, to be honest. But the fact that you were regretting all your decisions and feeling guilty and this, that, and the other, you got finessed, my bro. You let this girl just finesse you, talking about you're lame and you're vanilla, just so she could finesse her way into your bed. She's moving like Coco, fam. She's moving like Coco and Andrew. I'm getting last season vibes. Hey, fam, next thing we know, he's gonna be coming back like, yeah, sorry Jesse, I kinda licked her tit or whatever, like, huh? So, come again? Licked her tit or whatever. Fam, that's what it's giving, bro. That's what it's giving. Layla is going in with the wordplay, and she's got into his head like Professor X, bro. I can't believe it, man. So you get donut of the day for that. But I like this Will, you know. He's like, you can, what's he say? He goes, you can turn my head, baby, and just doing all this flirtiness. Listen, fam, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now, Olivia and Maxwell. Maxwell is definitely more mature than Kai. I think I already prefer Max to Kai already. I think he's calmer, he's more composed, he's got better chat, he's not really as childish or goofy. He's talking about, I'm disappointed that we didn't kiss in the challenge, etc, etc. And my man's got the good game, he's like, you know, I might let you make it up to me, this, that. They're talking about how they're on a similar wavelength, but fam, she's just a cougar, bro. It's as simple as that, she's just a cougar. Like, the other day, she's talking about how she dates for marriage. Fam, you haven't even had a boyfriend. What are you talking about? You date because you're a cougar. You just like the satisfaction. You get gratification from new men. It's as simple as that. Remember, Olivia is extremely insecure. It's a fact. That whole hard exterior is as hard as eggshells, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's weak, fam. So she gets validation and gratification from anyone that gives her attention. So it's easy. She's just talking about how oh yeah, Kai's in the bottom three, this, that, etc, etc. And then she's the one that says, do you want to go to the kitchen? Now we know the kitchen's isolated, so she was planting that seed. She knew what she was doing, do you understand? And he knew what he was doing as well when he was like, oh, are you holding back, like, are you holding back, rah, rah. And then that's obviously where they kiss. Now guys, I can't lie to you, there was one angle, yeah, from like the side, like from the back of Olivia's head, fam, her lips, oh my god, I thought Maxwell was sticking his tongue down a platypus's throat, bro. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can't even, it was like, I was like, what the hell, brother? Listen, it was a lot still, it was a lot. I just eaten, I ain't eating that long ago. I didn't really want to fetch up my dinner and shit, you know. If I did, I have to give it to my dog or something, but bro, it's a mad thing. Now, Kai and Sanam talk, and this Kai, brother, he's got no game. Kai has no game. What I will admit, I was right that he likes Olivia more than she does, 100%. Like, he even says to Sanam that he likes Olivia, but he's a bit worried what Olivia's on, because we know what Olivia's on still. And Sanam even says that. She actually says, you know, I think you're open with her, but she's not really giving that back. And then this guy with his no game having us, yeah, starts talking about her hair. Oh yeah, I like the brown and all this whatever. I can't remember what his accent is, but he's like, oh yeah, you know, I like the kind of cascading colour. But fam, stop talking about her hair. If you're gonna talk about her hair, be like, yo, Sanam, I like your hair. I'm gonna be pulling on it later. You know what I'm saying? Come with some, you get me? Come with some of that alpha energy, you feel me? But anyway, he ain't like that. So Tanya and Martin speak, and Tanya is pure trash, guys. And I'm not talking about her moving on with Martin. As I said to you, I'll say it 100 times, I am not condemning anyone in this episode. But the reason why Tanya is so trash is she continues to talk about Shaq to men that she's moving to or men that she's interested in. Guys in the audience, avoid a girl like Tanya at all costs. She is incredibly immature. Like, it's one of them ones where she's trash. It's as simple as that, she's trash. I am not surprised she cheated on her ex-boyfriend. And if I'm being honest, she probably cheated on him first. That's my guess. Even though Shaq is a lunatic, Shaq, please free yourself from this girl, man. Free yourself. This guy's sleeping in the daybed, yeah, doing up good husband duties while she's literally like so tempted to kiss the next man and in bed cuddle the next man. Like, come on, bro, just do yourself a favor and free yourself. They're all weird. Frankie and Jessie speak. I ain't gonna talk about this too much. They're boring as hell. Jessie's just talking about how she owes it to herself to get to know other people, but clearly she's focused on Will. A lot of people don't trust Jessie because she kind of came in. I don't think she beelined for Will, because I think if Tom or someone else was open, she would have gone for them. But Will was the one that made sense at the time. Cast your minds back to the context. Will had been rejected by every girl at the start. He was a loner. So it made sense for Jessie to go for him at the time. And she's freed the nanny, bruh. They broke the seal. Women usually do get more feelings when they sleep with people, and I think you're gonna find that with Jessie. Tanya's not one of those women. She's the one that can free up the nanny and move on and sleep with someone else the next day. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't judge her for that. A lot of men are the same. Most men are the same. But one thing I did notice about Jessie here is, and I have to give her credit for this, is she's openly admitted she's insecure. I rate that about Jessie. For you to say that you're insecure and you feel this type of way, that shows introspectiveness. It shows that you know yourself, and it shows that you're honest and open about yourself, at least anyway. So you get my respect. But fam, she's gonna go out. She's not gonna go outside actually, because Will might bring it back after feeling guilty. But I saw a clip on Twitter yesterday when I was editing of her season in Australia. She took the L in Casa Amor in her own season. She came back. She looked dead in her own season as well. I don't know if she had work done, but her man came back with another cat. So she might get a case of the serious deja vu, but I'm not sure, because I think Will might regret that one. Now Ryan and Sammy speak. They're getting on. She's talking about how you scrambled my head, and he's obviously made a beeline for her. He's saying, I'm real and I ain't gonna talk to other girls like that. I'm gonna, you know, listen, Ryan, do your thing, bro. I'd like to see him back in the villa, because Tom Tom really thinks he's the guy in it. So I kind of want to see Ryan in the villa doing his thing. Olivia tells the girls, and guys, this was the perfect scene to describe what I was talking about, to describe what women are like. What you just witnessed there when Olivia told the girls is exactly how women are like when no men are watching, guys. I know this. I've had girlfriends since I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've really been around women my whole life, innit? Like friend-wise. So they open up to me. I make women feel comfortable. They open up. I know women's secrets, guys. I know women lie about their body counts all the time. I know. Do you know how many girls have told me? They told me their real body counts, and they tell me the body counts that they tell other people, the public. Rule number 1: never ask anyway. But if a girl does tell you her body type, times it by 3, 2 minimum at least. What you were witnessing there was women in their natural habitat. Did you see the way they were all happy for Olivia and all this stuff? Now again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but forget the context. Even if it was not Love Island and it was like something else, like someone had just, their girl had just cheated on holiday, they'd be saying the same thing. They'd be like, it is what it is, like, oh, don't worry, what happens in Vegas stays at Vegas, They'll start rationalizing it. They'll be like, oh, yeah, but you and Ben back home are a bit rocky, and fam, you just witnessed girls in their natural habitat, and they are as trash as men. All you men in the audience here, don't just think you and your boys' holiday are the only ones doing all this cheating madness, fam. Girls are exactly the same. I promise you. The way they were getting inspired by her, the way Claudia said, oh, you've kicked up on her, you've kicked her ass, you've kicked us. Whatever it is, you kicked our ass in gear or whatever. All the girls are in agreement. They're all very happy thinking in the moment. How many people in tonight's episode were just living in the moment? And that's exactly what human nature is. A lot of people, they don't think about the repercussions of what's going on outside. They live in the moment and deal with it after. And it's just hilarious. It's just so hilarious that men and women are exactly the same. And that whole narrative for years and years and years that men are trash, I never bought into it anyway, because I know how trash women are, so it's hilarious. Tom and Linda discuss, and it looks like Tom and Linda are growing a bit of a bond. Sammy just made it too easy. You know what I'm saying? The blonde one made it too easy for man. And Tom's now obviously gone for Linda, the Scottish one, and they're sharing a bed, and I think he actually kisses her next episode. Now Casey starts speaking to Sam, and that's where she's talking about how there's butterflies flying. She's obviously not thinking about Kai whatsoever. She's attracted to Casey. She gets butterflies with Casey, and they literally kiss on the first night. It's so funny how he was loving Claudia. I mean, not loving Claudia, he wasn't really, but he was talking about, I've known Claudia for 3 days. He kissed her on the first night. Bro, it's hilarious. Honestly, man them are hilarious. Girls are hilarious. Everyone's just hilarious, bro. They then kiss, and she's loving it. Obviously, he is desperate for her to be in his bed. But we'll get into Cynthia in a minute. The end of the day comes, and Martin is speaking to Tanya, and you can tell, yeah, that there's a real chemistry there. She is desperate to kiss him. She's flirting with him. She's giving him everything. She's giving him all the body language. His arms, he's gripping up thigh. They got good banter. I ain't mad. As I said, we all know she's trash. She's been trash. Like there's nothing loyal about Tanya at all. So if she gets with Martin, so be it, innit? Do your thing. They look more like a better couple. I mean, do they look like a better couple? I mean, now they do, because Shaq and Tanya have been arguing. But remember, for the first 2-3 weeks, Shaq and Tanya were all lovey-dovey. Remember, everyone in the villa was saying, Lana said it, Olivia said it, Tanya said it. They always say, oh, you two are so cute. She even freed the nanny, guys. She was the first one to be in the villa. She's already thinking, Shaq who, fam? She doesn't care. She's resisted kissing him up until now, so good for you. You get a little bit brownie points there. Now, Casey and Cynthia speak, and this is... I'll be honest with you, I was getting secondhand embarrassment for Cynthia. Now, it wasn't embarrassing for her, like the dynamic was fine, but because I know for a fact Casey is not interested in Cynthia like that, it got me a bit embarrassed, because she's definitely got the best chat, and I believe him when he said that. I do believe that, because she does have the best chat. I think she's got the best personality in there. She's vibrant, she's cool. So I believe him when he said that. But look at the body language, guys. When he was with Sanam, he was really like, his body was open. He was like, it was inviting. It was very close. It was very intimate. He was sitting with Cynthia. He was sitting like this. Yeah, and body language tells so much, guys. So she was all giddy, nervous, and he was sitting there like that. Now, he was engaging with her, but body language doesn't lie, guys. He's not interested. He wasn't open. He was being more closed off. Not to mention, listen to what she says. I felt like you've been avoiding me today. Guys, what does that tell you? Girls are smart, by the way. Girls are very intuitive. They have a female intuition. They're not dumb. If she said it felt like you're avoiding me today, it's because he was. Do you understand? It's because he was. He had more attachment to Sanam. He's not interested in Cynthia. They start talking about fave positions. Now, I can't even, listen, my mum watches me on this. I can't even talk too much about this, but they start talking about 69. All I'm gonna say is, good shout. She likes missionary with her legs on shoulders. Unfortunately, well-endowed people can't always get away with that on this, unfortunately. But it's a nice position there still. The bit that got me embarrassed was she invited herself into his bed. And he's too nice to say no. He said, oh, do you want to come in my bed? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking? She's like, yeah, you're alright. But then he's like, oh, I'll have to mull it over. I'll have to think, I'll think about it and get back to you. Bro, if that was Sanan that said, can I come into your bed or whatever? He would have said, yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep, no two ways about it. So it's a bit peak that she invited herself into his bed. And I could have given her donut of the day for that, but I like Cynthia, so I'm gonna let her off. Will and Layla are on the bed now, and she just absolutely finessed Will. She's like, oh, you didn't even kiss me in the challenge. And he's like, oh, you didn't kiss me in the challenge. And he's like, oh, should I kiss you now? And she's like, oh, I'm a bit nervous. And then they kiss. The interesting thing I noticed is that one, they kissed for quite long, and two, they kissed multiple times. So he was really in the moment enjoying it, but once again, and I'll talk about it in a minute, and I spoke about it earlier, he's a clown because he regretted it instantly because he wasn't considering Jessie in the moment. Everyone in that villa, they all want to explore new connections and test what they have by kissing other girls. But once you do that, the damage is done. There must be other ways to explore new connections without fully disrespecting the girl you're with. I mean, you could argue Tanya's almost doing it in a right way by getting to know him but not being intimate. But we all know Tanya's trash because she does loads of other things that are just wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? The way she talks about Shaq is just embarrassing, and it's not a good look, man. I could never go with someone like Tanya. Now, Will and Casey speak, and you can tell Will's demeanor has completely changed. Now, I'm not gonna lie here, Casey made me crease because they both obviously kissed different girls in it, and he's like, how you feeling? And he just bursts out laughing because he don't feel guilty at all, and I don't blame him. It's only Claudia. They barely know each other, so he's just creasing that he feels no guilt and he's loving it. Casey is loving it, by the way, because all the girls fancy Casey. Most girls fancy Casey. He's loving it at the moment. He's getting, all the girls are kissing him in the challenges. People fancy him. He's got no commitments. He's got no loyalties to Claudia. He's just out here enjoying it. No wonder he don't feel guilty. That's why he's laughing, guys, because he can't contain his excitement. Whereas Will is feeling guilty. He's been very intimate with Jessie. They got weeks and weeks of history now. They've had sex, and he realised he likes her more. And Will, this is why you're a clown, my guy, because you just got finessed by her mind games, her Coco mind games, and her big chebs, bro. You understand? Them big chebs that you can't keep your eyes off. That's what it was. You just like to suck breasts. You know what I'm saying? Will makes me laugh though. He goes, oh yeah, I'm accidentally sharing a bed with her tonight. Casey actually asked him honestly, do you regret it? And he says, yeah, no, but he does feel guilty. You can tell he feels guilty, and that was real. You could see the genuine look on his face. He did feel guilty. Now, Ron, Tom, and Sammy are speaking, right? Before Tom goes toilet, yeah. And every single one of you, apologize to Ron right now. I want to see, quote, I'm sorry, Ron, in the comments. I really do. Seriously, look at the difference between him and Tanya. Tanya trashes Shaq to Martin. It's embarrassing the way she talks about Shaq. It's really poor. Honestly, men, stay away from women like Tanya. Whereas Ron, when the girl asks Ron about his relationship, he kind of feels awkward about it. He actually categorically says, it's kind of weird talking to a girl that you're meant to get to know about the girl I'm with, you know? And that's realness. You understand? That's realness. Whereas all these other people can trash their partners, Ron feels guilty even talking about his current girl. And fam, well done, Ron. You are the MVP this episode. Big man, you barely got any screen time because you were loyal, bro. Shaq, you barely got any screen time because you were loyal, bro. And it's funny. I mean, it's boring. It's boring to watch. We want to watch the cheaters, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. You know, he then goes on to sleep on the night bed as well, and he openly admits that he does have passion with Lana, and I respect that, man. They could even be the winners in the end of the crazy story arc. Now that would be mad because I actually said that they were the first couple I ever said could win. Now we'll see if that happens, but I'm unsure. Now wrapping it up, nighttime comes around. Shaq and Ron are sleeping in the bed while Tanya's coupling up to the next man. Tomorrow night comes around. I've forgotten what the preview happens already. I think Olivia carries on cracking on with Maxwell. She's obviously gonna recouple with my man. If you're kissing over multiple days, you're gonna recouple with my man. I really hope Kai recouples as well, man. I really, really do. What else happened? Tom kisses that Lydia girl. I'm a bit disappointed with Tom for that one, man. They ain't better than Sammy. That's a proper downgrade still. Sammy's way more trill. So on that basis, I hope Sammy gets to know Ryan a bit more still. I can't lie. Guys, this was a very, very long episode. I've already worked on that D-Block Europe video for 5 hours. today, and it didn't get uploaded because it didn't get monetized, but stay tuned for that one. I've got a really big deep dive into how D-Block Europe are now dominating the UK music chart. But anyway, so I've had a lot of days of recording, so I need to get this video out and I'm gonna chill and relax. So like the video, guys, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, I'm going Chris Brown tomorrow, so it's gonna be a late video. Peace.